Before you start building no-code automations, I made you this, a beginner's cheat sheet covering 6 technical concepts that confuse a lot of people who come into no-code and eventually bump into coding and technical knowledge. Things like JSON, expressions, data flow, data types, errors, and HTTP requests. Everything explained in plain English, with examples you can actually use. If you want the cheat sheet, like the video, subscribe, and leave a comment below. Now, let me show you what's inside. Let's begin with JSON. You're going to see this word everywhere in n8n. Don't panic, it's just how computers organize information. Here's all you really need to know. This is what JSON looks like. Curly braces, quotes, colons, commas. And the good news? You usually don't have to write it yourself. n8n creates it for you. But you do need to know how to read it. Here's why. Whenever you run a workflow and click on a node, you'll see the Output tab. That output contains data, things like name, email, phone number. Everything is labeled and organized. So if you want to use the email address in the next node, you just need to know the label is called email. That's it. That's why JSON matters. The labels tell you what data exists and what you can reference in your workflow. Now, one more thing. Sometimes data is nested. For example, a person has an address and the address has a city. To access the city, you'd say person.address.city. The dots just connect the layers together. And honestly, that's basically all you need to understand about JSON for now. It's just organized data with labels. And most of the time, you'll be reading it, not writing it. Okay, this next concept is the #1 thing that trips up beginners. Expressions versus fixed mode. Here's the situation. You're in n8n. You add a node. You need to fill in a field. Maybe it's a URL. Maybe it's a message. And you see 2 tabs, fixed and expression. Which one do you use? Here's the rule. Fixed mode is for typing exactly what you mean. If you want the text hello world, you type hello world in fixed mode. What you type is what you get. No variables, no calculations, just plain text or numbers. Now, expression mode is for dynamic data. This is when you want to pull information from a previous node, like grabbing the email address from the last step, or getting the company name from your data. When you use expression mode, you wrap your reference in double curly braces, like this, double open braces, $JSON, dot, field name, then double closing braces. That's the syntax. It tells n8n, hey, don't use this as literal text. Go find this data and put it here. Now here's where people mess up. They type that curly brace syntax in fixed mode, and n8n treats it as literal text. So instead of getting the person's name, you literally get $JSON.name in your output. That's not what you want. Now here's the visual clue. When you switch to expression mode and type a valid reference, the input box turns light blue, and you'll see a green check mark. That means n8n recognizes it. It's valid. If the box stays white, or you see red, something's wrong. Either you're in the wrong mode, or you misspelled the field name. So here's your checklist. If you're typing plain text, use fixed. If you're referencing data from another node, use expression. And always look for the green check mark. This one concept will save you hours of frustration. Get this right, and half your problems disappear. All right, data flow. This is the most important concept to understand. Data flows from one node to the next, like an assembly line. Each node receives something, does something with it, and passes it forward. Now here's the skill that will save you endless frustration. Before you try to use data from a previous node, look at it first. Here's how. Run your workflow. Click on any node. You'll see 2 tabs, Input and Output. Input shows you what that node received. Output shows you what that node created. This is your preview. It shows you exactly what data exists and what it's called. Let's say you want to use an email address from a previous node. Don't guess what it's called. Click that node. Go to the Output tab. Look for the email field. See how it's spelled. See how it's capitalized. Then use that exact name when you reference it. Email with a capital E? Use a capital E. Email underscore address? Use the underscore. The spelling has to match exactly. Most errors happen because people reference fields that don't exist, or they spell them wrong. The Output tab prevents that. It shows you the truth. So make this a habit. Before you reference any data, run a test. Check the Output tab. See what's actually there. That's data flow. Run your workflow. Check the outputs. Reference what you see. If you need help with the syntax for referencing specific nodes, check the cheat sheet. Comment below and I'll send you the link. It has all the reference patterns you'll need. But the core skill? Always preview your data first. The Output tab is your best friend. Errors. You're going to see them. Red triangles, failed nodes. That's normal. Don't panic. Errors are clues, not failures. Here's what to do. Click the failed node. Go to the Output tab. Read the error message. Most common ones? Undefined means the field doesn't exist. Check your spelling. 401. Unauthorized means your API key is wrong. Re-enter your credentials. Input exceeds context window means you sent too much text. Limit it to around 6,000 characters. 404. Not found means the URL is wrong. Check the path. The error tells you what to fix, so make this a habit. Error happens? Click the node. Open the Output tab, read the error, fix it. The cheat sheet has a full list of common errors and solutions. Comment below for the link. That's debugging. Read the error, fix what it says. HTTP requests. You'll use these to fetch websites or connect to APIs. There are 4 methods you need to know. Get means fetch data, like loading a web page or getting user information. Post means send data, like submitting a form or creating a record. Put means update data, like editing your profile. And delete means remove data, like deleting a post. Most of the time, you'll use get. That's for retrieving information. Now let's talk about status codes. 200s mean success. 400s mean you messed up. 500s mean the server is broken. Common ones. 200 OK means it worked. 401 unauthorized means bad credentials, usually an API key problem. 404 not found means the URL is wrong. The path probably doesn't exist. That's the basics. Get to fetch, post to send, and status codes tell you if it worked. The cheat sheet has more details on headers and authentication. Before you ask why something isn't working, run through this checklist. Did I execute the workflow? You need to run it to see data. Am I in expression mode when using curly braces? Check the tab. Did I check the Output tab for errors? That's where the clues are. Is the node name spelled exactly right? Case sensitive, must match. Does the field I'm referencing actually exist? Check the Output tab. Are my API credentials still valid? They can expire. That's your debugging checklist. Run through these 6 things before you get stuck. The golden rule. When stuck, always check the Output tab first. You don't need to memorize this. That's why I made the cheat sheet. Everything we covered, all the examples, all the reference patterns, it's all in there. Comment cheat sheet below and I'll send you the link. These concepts apply to every no-code tool. Learn them once, use them everywhere. If you found this helpful, subscribe for more no-code fundamentals. No hype, just real breakdowns. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.